Good to see you. And Mr. Gusto.
I worked for Winnie many years ago, so we are long time together.
Nice to meet you.
And I was here.
Good, thank you. Okay, we ready?
George, you want to kick us off?
It says Gabrielle is the store manager, right?
Gabrielle.
Gabrielle? Where did Gabrielle go?
Ready to box?
Ready to box, man. Gotta give it to him, right?
Can I go now?
Okay. George, you ready? Oh, we lose.
No, para que estén aquí 5 minutos.
Hi, Gabrielle.
Hi.
Great to see you again.
Nice meeting you
All
again.
right, so thank you for doing this.
No problem.
Okay, good.
Get it?
Okay.
Espérate, me voy a...
Oh, okay, thanks, George.
Hello, my name is Gabriela. I am the store manager here at Extra Supermarket. We would like to welcome you here. We have been open here since 2018, and we're happy to have you all here today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. George, you want to go ahead and get the pledge?
Good morning, guys. I'm going to ask everyone, let's do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. It is a great pleasure to be here with the next governor of the state of New Jersey. For those who do not know me, my name is George Castro, and I'm here not just as a businessman, but as a member of the Latino community, but as someone who truly believes in the future of the state of New Jersey, a future that depends on electing Judge Gottheimer as our next governor. Judge doesn't just talk, he delivers. Whether it was standing with small business during the pandemic, securing millions for our schools and first responders, or pushing back against Washington's dysfunction, Judge has consistently shown up when it matters. I came to New Jersey and to the United States from Colombia 40 years ago with just a quarter in my pocket, a coin that I still keep in my office as a daily reminder of where I started and how far I have come. That journey led me to build an international real estate franchise driven by love for my family and a desire to leave a legacy for my children, George and Gabrielle. What motivates me every day is seeing the joy in the faces of the thousands of clients that I have helped become homeowners. As you know, I'm a real estate broker. Whether it is their first home or an investment property, that joy is what fuels my passion for this work. But the dream of homeownership is slipping away. A decade ago, middle-class families could afford to buy a home. Today, that same home is often out of reach due to soaring property prices, stagnant wages, high interest rates, and limited inventory. New Jersey is one of the most expensive states to live in. Between high housing costs, rising utility bills, and excessive fees, it's becoming harder for families to stay and thrive. Our business community faces higher taxes, excessive fees, and a red tape that stifles growth and job creation. Simply put, New Jersey has become too expensive for New Jerseyans, and that's why we need a governor who will take bold action, and Josh is running on performance, not promises. So I ask you today to stand with someone who has already stood with us. Josh Gottheimer will fight for every corner of this state and ensure Latino voices are heard where decisions are made. Let's help him win. Make your voice count. Vote for him on June 10th. And thank you. And now, is Lucilo here? Okay. So now I introduce to the next speaker.
You got the next speaker. I think who's coming up next here?
Laureana, Felipe Mendez. Felipe Mendez. Yeah, Laureana, come here. Okay.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
My name is Laureana Organ. I'm a proud mother of 3, grandmother of 7, a Latina, a community advocate that will say my reason why I'm here. What I most proudly is helping individuals complete their citizenship applications. I established a community network to raise a $760 needed to cover filing fees and to connect applicants with organizations that offer citizenship classes to help them prepare for the next exam. I'm here today because I believe that Josh Gottheimer is the governor we need being waiting for, especially for family like mine. Josh understands what we need to work hard and build a better future. He wants New Jersey to give everyone the opportunity to thrive and grow, but that it's getting harder and harder to make ends meet. Food is getting more expensive every week. Childcare is second higher in the nation. Utility bills are so unaffordable. Just understand how difficult it can be for parents, especially single mothers and parents and fathers, to cover all the costs of supporting a family. That's why he made lowering taxes and everyday expenses a priority. His plan include tax credit for a family and expanded access to affordable child care. For example, my daughter Cynthia, an Army veteran, she had to move to another state because she could afford to buy a home in New Jersey. She simply want her child to have a backyard and better child quality of life. For Latinas, Josh doesn't just see us, he believes in us. He knows we are leaders in our homes, our communities, and our business. He supports equal pay and representation in government and will fight hard to protect our kids. And for all families, Josh is focused on what matters most: lower taxes, safer communities, a strong school, more housing, and good paying jobs. He's not about empty promises. He's about real solution that make a difference at kitchen table, not just in a press release. That's why I'm proud to support him. I am asking you to stand with me in choosing a governor who will fight every day to make our lives better. As a matter of fact, I already vote.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
That's meant so much. I think, is Felipe up or enough?
Next one is Tony.
Tony's up. Tony. Tony. Thanks.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Tony Villalobos, and I represent the Central American Coalition. It's 8 countries within Latin America, Central America, plus Dominican Republic. But I grew up in Jersey. I'm a Jersey guy just like Josh. I grew up in Jersey City first, and then I moved to Union City. I went to college here. I had the option of going to college in Arizona, and I chose to stay in New Jersey. Well, my parents also told me I had to stay in New Jersey, but I chose New Jersey, right? But the main thing is that, why am I here for Josh? Because Josh really truly represents what my family and my community believes in, which is keeping the families together. Like I said, I grew up in Jersey, and when you're a Jersey guy, you think about family first and affordability. I want to retire here in New Jersey. I want to stay in New Jersey. I don't want to move out of Jersey. Not knocking down Florida or other states, but I'm a Jersey guy and I want to stay here.
Those other states if you want.
I know everybody's been knocking down Florida lately, but anyway, I want to stay here. I want to stay in New Jersey, okay? And I want it to be affordable, okay? We pay the highest taxes, and my wife and I, we're in the insurance business, and we pay a lot in insurance here also. If you're a truck driver, you know what I'm saying, because you're paying a lot of money for your truck and for your services. Josh truly understands about the immigration situation, that we need organized immigration, that the Latinos here and immigration bring more than $100 billion to the economy of New Jersey. And these are true numbers. Okay, I remember growing up, when I used to open up a package, a TV or something like that, it used to be in French, Spanish, and English. You no longer have French on the packages. Why? Because they don't contribute to the economy. You see everything in English and in Spanish. Because of that, because we contribute a lot of money to the economy. Immigration is very important to the economy here. Not only here in New Jersey, but throughout the U.S. Because who's going to be picking your vegetables? Who's going to be washing your cars? Who's going to be doing lawns? These are jobs that are created for immigrants that come in. New York City was built by immigrants. First came the Dutch, the British, the Irish, the Italians, and now we have people from all over the world contributing to the economy of this region. Josh understands that when you come to this country, you have rights. You have rights. And those rights got to be protected. He understands that immigration has to be organized to bring dignity back to the immigration, to bring dignity back to not only New Jersey, but the whole United States, because he's in Congress. And I tell you this, he's about one of the few guys I've seen that something crosses his desk, whether it comes from Democrats or Republicans, he takes a look at it, and if it's good for our people, he's going to work on it. And not that many people do that. A lot of people go through party lines. I've said that before. He's one of the few people I know that actually cares and puts New Jersey first before his own interests. And like I said before, Josh believes in strong communities, safe communities, affordable communities that has good schools, vibrant businesses, okay? We don't want business to keep closing. We want people to start opening more business, okay? He's not gonna nickel and dime everybody, okay? He knows that the economy needs a good boost, okay? And that boost is having money in your hands so that people can afford to come and buy their groceries here, to buy that house that my friend was just talking about, okay? Because that's the American dream. But it's got to be an affordable dream, not a dream that's going to drive us away from New Jersey, which is what's happening. I see a lot of my friends moving to Texas, moving out of here. I want to stay here. And I want our students also to finish college and stay in New Jersey, because we spend a lot of money in education here, but our students say, I'm not going to stay in Jersey. I can't afford an apartment here. I can't afford to live here. On top of that, I have student loans. So, in conclusion, voting for Josh is voting for the future of New Jersey, which is a brighter future than anybody's bringing in on the table right now. Thank you. And thank you, Josh.
Thank you. That was amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
Got a couple minutes in the job for that.
Okay.
Bueno, primero voy a decir algo en español, después voy a proceder a leer lo que tengo aquí. Básicamente somos una comunidad de dominicanos que vinimos aquí a representar y apoyar a Josh. Yo vengo en representación de Lucilo Santos y estamos simpatizando con la propuesta de Josh. Nosotros pensamos que es un buen candidato, que sí va a ganar y estamos aquí apoyándolos. Entonces, muchas gracias por venir. Voy a ahora dirigirme a ustedes en inglés y les repito, soy un dominicano americano que vino a este país con sueños, con metas y gracias a Dios estamos trabajando y seguimos trabajando y gracias a Dios también contamos con un congresista que se identifica con nuestra comunidad. My name is Felipe Mendez, and I'm an executive board member of the Dominican American Council, PAC. I'm honored to stand with Josh today, not only because I consider him a friend, but because I have witnessed his dedication to public service firsthand. I can attest to his open door policy and outstanding constituent services, whether it's helping veterans, resolving Medicare issues, meeting with residents to hear their concerns, or visiting our seniors. With a large Spanish-speaking population, he ensures language access by having bilingual staff available to serve our community. Dominican Americans are known for their entrepreneurial spirit. Across urban centers throughout New Jersey, we have built businesses, bodegas, beauty salons, auto body shops, and more that fuel our local economies. Josh understands this. He grew up working in his father's small business, where he learned the values of hard work and perseverance. That's why in Washington, he's fought to bring federal dollars back to New Jersey, expanding access to capital so small businesses can stay open and thrive. Josh understands that public safety requires smart investments in youth programs, mental health services, getting illegal guns off our streets, and strengthening trust between law enforcement and the community. On housing, he's ready to lead. With too many families priced out of long-time neighborhoods, Josh has a real plan. Cut property taxes by 15%, expand affordable housing, and improve access to reliable transit. But what sets Josh apart most is his heart. He leads with empathy. When our community lost Jennifer Contreras, a 24-year-old and beloved beauty salon owner from Passaic, in a tragic incident in the Dominican Republic, Josh came to grief alongside us. That's the kind of leader he is. He listens, he shows up, and he takes action. Thank you so much. Thank you for supporting Josh. Thank you for coming. Thank you.
But first, I can't thank you all enough for being here today, for your incredible words. I'm very, very grateful. It's great to be in a supermarket first thing in the morning and to know that you've got such a vibrant business here that's doing so well in the community. It's a beautiful store. Thank you so much for what you do here at Extra. Thank you. And those, I know it's Cinco de Mayo, for those who are celebrating Cinco de Mayo and recognizing it, so hope everyone has a great day. It is an honor, though, to be surrounded by so many incredible leaders from our Latino and Hispanic communities who help make our great state the greatest state in the nation. I want to thank Ibrahim for hosting us at this thriving supermarket, Tony, George, Lorena, and Felipe for their incredible words and their support of not just themselves, but of their organizations, and I'm very grateful for them. I want to thank them for sharing the importance of what I feel is that Jersey is the best state. We got to do more, though, to focus on making sure people can afford to stay here, to afford to raise their families here, to afford to retire here, and that when kids graduate, that they can afford to stay here. And a lot of the issues that I talk about all the time, you heard people talk about this morning. How do we make sure that, given our property taxes, highest in the nation, given our costs of everything from food to utility bills to rent, that people can afford to stay in Jersey? So I want to thank everyone for showing up, for bringing their enthusiasm and energy, and giving me a chance to just speak for a minute about how I plan to govern our great state. Just so you know, 1 in 5 New Jersey residents are Latino. I'm very proud of that. We should all be very proud of that. And I've had the great privilege of representing so many of them in Congress over these last years. And for those of you who are just watching and don't know me, or have only seen me boxing in the ring on TV or on the phone, as a reminder, I'm Josh Gottheimer. And one thing you'll see very clearly is I'm not afraid not just to fight Donald Trump when he messes with our families, but not afraid to fight to get our taxes down, to get our costs down, and to make Jersey a place where everybody, regardless of where you're from, can afford to live and raise a family. Because to me, that's the most important thing. That's why I love our state. I grew up here, and I want everyone to have a chance to grow up here. That's why I'm running as the lower taxes, lower cost governor, and have a very strong record of getting the toughest things done and not being afraid to fight hard to get it done. Because what do people need right now more than ever? They want someone who's going to fight for them, like I've never been afraid, taking on the toughest fights to protect our values, which I believe are our greatest strength as a state of who we are. It makes Jersey, Jersey. The fact, as was talked about, we have such a diverse state of people from so many places, of so many cultural differences. That's what makes our state, in my opinion, so strong. It gives us one of our greatest edges. And we know Latinos are in every part of our great state, in every industry, in every job, in every community. They own businesses of all sizes and work in all businesses of all sizes. They make our neighborhoods stronger. Whether it's a cop or a firefighter, a teacher, a business owner, you name it, a labor member, you name it, wherever it is, what I care about is making sure we give an opportunity to everybody. And hailing from all different countries, again, makes our fabric so strong in our state. Now, as you heard this morning, a common theme. I think that's not by accident. People are feeling crushed, nickel and dimed. Everywhere they turn, life is getting more expensive. Our rents are up 33% in the last 5 years. Our property taxes are the highest in the country. Trump is going after Medicaid, Medicare, Social Security. Prices are rising because of his insane tariff policies, on top of already higher prices. People are feeling crushed. We gotta give them a break. And that's what I'm gonna do as governor. A recent study lists Jersey as #1 in out-migration in the country, 7 years running. And what concerns me even more is another survey AARP put out a couple weeks ago, which, surveys people over 50 in the state of New Jersey. 41% of people age 50 or older are considering leaving our state because they can't afford to be here. Think about that. In our great state, We want to make sure everyone has a great education, a great shot, and a safe neighborhood to grow up so their families can do well and they can do well. 41% of seniors are considering leaving because they can't afford to stay to be near their families. And property taxes are the #1 reason. And as a result, they're taking good paying jobs with them. When those people leave, so do those jobs. So our state's at an inflection point. Our next governor needs to be someone who understands that squeeze families are feeling. We can't keep going down the same path. That's the very definition of insanity. Why are we doing the same thing over and over again? We got to actually change the way we're doing things and prioritize lowering taxes and lowering costs for families and making sure we fight to look out for everybody. And I will get your back. That's what I've done. I got a record of doing it. My tax cut plan is all about getting your back, about cutting property taxes by nearly 15%, giving renters a rebate, giving middle-class families an income tax cut, and of course, taking care of our seniors who turn 70 here, giving them a senior bonus so they can afford to stay in our state. But we've also got plans to make sure we address education. Every kid should get preschool in the state of New Jersey. Every kid should get all-day kindergarten in the state of New Jersey. And we got to have an energy policy that gets our utility bills down, because utility bills are going up about another 20% in the month of June. That's 40% in 1 year that utility bills are going up. How are people supposed to afford that? When you're dealing with the price of groceries already having gone up because of what's going on in the country, and the tariffs are going to make stuff go up even more. Now, it's not Extra's fault. They got to buy this stuff. It's the people who are screwing them. So we got to make sure we take care of our kids. We got to make sure that we fight this insane tariff, which is basically, these tariffs are about a $5,000 tax increase on every family in the country. Think about that. An extra $5,000 a year people are going to pay extra for everything from clothing to coffee, because to cheese on the shelves here, because of these insane tariffs and chaos coming out of this administration. And so one of the big things I've been leading up in charge in Congress is fighting back against these tariffs. I've actually introduced a bipartisan bill to fight these tariffs and take the power away from Trump, who continues every week to change his mind about how he wants to govern. Immigration was mentioned. Talk about chaos. Going after innocent immigrants like this president has done is so offensive to who we are as a country, as you heard talked about, that everybody should stand up and speak out against it when you go after innocent immigrants who are just trying to work hard, rounding people up as the president has done, and we've spoken out against going to churches and schools. I mean, how insane is that? Or restaurants. And we see the impact it's having on our economy and on labor, as was talked about. Being part of New Jersey means standing up, protecting our Jersey values. And that means standing up and fighting against Trump when he tries to round up innocent people. President Trump comes to our schools, our churches, our restaurants, or our businesses like this one, and tries to do these mass roundups of innocent immigrants. You can count on me to stop him at the door. There's no room for that in our country. We can't let Donald Trump to go after anybody like that innocent. Like many of our families, my family immigrated here in search of opportunity and freedom. They came here to find a better life, free from persecution, safe from the horrors of the Holocaust. They saw Jersey as a place where they could buy a house and work hard and make a good living and raise a family. My dad opened a small business, like a lot of people. My grandfather tried, it didn't always work, but he had a chance to give it a shot. It's an amazing state, an amazing country that values hard work and determination. But we got to make sure we play it forward and take care of others, that we give the best education possible to everybody, that we make sure we look out for one another and give all of our kids the same opportunity to get ahead. But that means making Jersey more affordable so everybody can stay here and raise a family here and be here. That's critically important. It means actually fighting for the Latino community every day, and I always will. It means making sure, as I have, we fight to get money back to invest in our infrastructure, to make sure we take care of people, whether that's Hispanic serving institutions like I have. That's been very important to me. SBA loans for small businesses, promoting Latino heritage in our great country, and protecting our dreamers and DACA recipients. Many of us have worked for years, over and over again, as I have, to get comprehensive immigration reform done. And to let the other side, as they have played political partisan games with immigration reform, is unacceptable. We almost had a deal done, as you know, a year ago. And what happened? President Trump admitted that it'd be more politically expedient for him to block the bipartisan legislation that would have gotten done and helped people greatly in our country. Played politics with something you should never play politics with. So let me say, whether I'm fighting here, or as I've fought in Congress, I will fight every single day to make this state stronger, to look out for everybody, to celebrate not just the Latino community, but all communities in our great state, and make sure that we prosper, our communities are safe, and make sure that our government reflects the values of our great state. And I know we can do this. I'm a total optimist. I've gotten stuff done that people said were impossible to get done. We will do it again if we stand together. So my ask is on June 10th, don't forget to vote. Please, it's very important that everyone participates. That's how you get your voice heard. Mail-in ballots are already out. You can request them if you haven't gotten yours. And don't forget, you can register to vote by May 20th. Every single vote matters. Your voice matters. Every voice matters here in the greatest state in the country and the greatest nation in the world. I know if we all work together and stand together and fight for our values, our best days will always be ahead of us. Thanks and God bless.